Hey, what's up, guys? Up here. So today we're going to take some time and talk about the controversial content creator Brittany Venti. Now, if you've been following this channel for some time, she would be a familiar face. We made a couple videos talking about her more unhinged takes involving VTubers. She is easily one of the biggest VTuber haters out there, and in particular, she has targeted Gawr Gura and Ironmouse, often attacking and slandering them through her tweets and her videos. Now, the update involving Brittany Venti is this post she made 2 days ago saying this. In case some of you are wondering why I've gone MIA and unlisted things, I've retired indefinitely, and that will now include social media too. I just want to make an official post for my subscribers. Thank you for the support. I want to focus on my life. My dream was always to get married and start a family with the right person, and I just want to eliminate any possible obstacles in my way. So it's time to try something different by going offline, which is a pretty admirable thing if she's actually going to stick with this. Many people believing she's going to be coming back in a few months. She's pulled stuff like this before, but a lot of people are observing the irony that she is retiring and scrubbing her account clean to try to go and have a family, because for years she started off as a typical e-girl on the internet. She was basically, for lack of a better phrase, a titty streamer on Twitch. Then she rebranded as a sort of trad pick-me type over the past couple of years, and the irony of that is just palpable, okay? She spent years trying to be a pick-me on the internet, and it turns out no one picked her. So that's why she's making this drastic change and going offline to try to fix what's going on or what's missing in her life. And she wasn't kidding about unlisting things. Pretty much every tweet that I've covered in my videos, the controversial ones, they've been deleted. And also looking at her YouTube channel, she has deleted pretty much every single video relating to Ironmouse as well as Gawr Gura, at least the ones going after them specifically. And I don't think that's too surprising. And when I say deleted, I mean probably unlisted. It sounds like that's what she meant. She unlisted her videos. But anyways, luckily for you guys, I have a pseudo archive of these videos because I reacted to a few of them over the years. And I thought today we would take some time and go down memory lane and witness the crazy arc that was Brittany Venti's hate for VTubers. So when did it all begin? Well, she spent about 4 years now targeting Gawr Gura, who is the most subscribed to VTuber on YouTube. You have to understand, back when she debuted in 2020, this was a phenomenon. Okay, people were going crazy. This was Hololive's first English generation, and Gawr Gura at the time was the fan favorite. And for a lot of people, especially in the West, this was their first peek at VTubers. A lot of these VTubers in that first generation were the first VTubers people were exposed to. So it was a very impactful time. However, she quickly garnered her biggest hater, which was Brittany Venti, who shortly after her debut in 2020, she would target Gawr Gura and start going after and saying some very out-of-pocket things. Beginning really with the main piece here, which was her video, now deleted, where she said, predators and poontang addicts are extremely butthurt that I made this video. Make sure you like it and share it to piss off the coomers and predators. They are raiding and dislike brigading. And they were definitely disliking the video. This was a video with like a 10% like-dislike ratio, 10% likes versus 90% dislikes. And she got dragged through the mud, and rightfully so, because she went after Gawr Gura saying so many out-of-pocket, unhinged things, saying that Gawr Gura might have been a child in real life LARPing as this character, that she was also a man, and that she was basically catering to an audience full of 40-year-old men, jaying off to her because they believe that she's a real life 9-year-old child, and all this crazy stuff. And she would get community guideline violations. She'd get dunked on various social media platforms. It was an absolute disaster. Now, a little fun fact, I would make a response video back in 2020. This is even like a year and a half before I even got my VTuber model. This was for me, probably the first longer duration commentary video I had ever made, at least a serious one. So this was a kind of game changer for myself at the time. You can see it did really well. Unfortunately, got demonetized in the first 20 minutes it was live, so we lost a lot of clams on that one, but it was definitely still worth it and still a video I'd come across every once in a while. But let's just play a small section to give you guys kind of a taste of what she was saying about Gawr Gura.
My first impression of it was, oh, is this like a child show? Is this a kid's show? Like kids can see it, kind of like Dora the Explorer, and like interact with it. And then I come to find out, no, actually, the chat is full of 40-year-old men getting off to the depiction of a 9-year-old.
Yeah, behold, a literal 9-year-old. But anyways, that gives you a little taste of her hates for Gawr Gura. Like I said, she was a day one hater of Gawr Gura. You have to admire the 4 years of consistent hating. But she would make further statements about Gawr Gura for the next couple of years, a couple rounds of videos. Again, they're all now unlisted. But she was basically biting at Gawr Gura's ankles and would only get one response ever from Gawr Gura. This is a little interesting factoid right here if you want to enjoy. She made a live stream back when the whole Predator Problem video was released in late 2020. And around that time, Gawr Gura would make this live stream. And she wouldn't speak about Brittany Venti. Instead, she would have this caption in her thumbnail. And here's a bigger version of the thumbnail. It says, "Goo Goo Gaga, LOL" in small print, which is a reference to one of the criticisms that Brittany Venti used, where she said that Gawr Gura speaks like a baby and speaks like Goo Goo Gaga. So either Gawr Gura herself or her editor went out of their way to include this little Easter egg in the thumbnail, and that's all Brittany Venti would get in 4 years of seething at Gawr Gura. Now, I guess eventually she got a little tired of going after Gawr Gura with no response, so she would switch targets to another terrible choice, which is Ironmouse. Okay, she went after an incredibly well-liked and one of the most successful VTubers in the world, Gawr Gura, and then switches over to basically the same description that applies to Ironmouse in this case. And it's just a very bad move. Again, like, you don't have to like Gawr Gura or Ironmouse or VTubers in general, but if you are actively trying to cancel, slander, and just actively seething about these VTubers in particular, I think there's something wrong with you. And in this case, she made a very bizarre cancellation attempt in 2023, where she was talking about how Ironmouse is like fostering this predatory environment, including an audience of little boys, and that she was baiting people with this childlike model, and that she was also extremely sexual with her content, which is just a round of insane claims, and also talking about her childlike character while also acknowledging that her character has large breasts, which is a complete contradiction. But again, just like with the last one, let's listen to a small portion of her reaction to an Ironmouse clip that she found on Twitch.
Have fun over there too. We all have our funs, don't we?
Ooh, you're masturbating to me, right? Ooh. Don't forget to be a tier 3 sub. Ooh, wow.
I gotta pause again. Yeah, he made a good choice. Red from a year and a half ago made a good choice pausing right there. Yeah, it was a very unhinged video response. Again, this one is unlisted now as well. And it was just like, again, choice of target. Terrible one. Going after Ironmouse? What are you thinking? But she would get one last hurrah. This is, I guess, her swan song with Vtuber Drama. She would go after Gawr Gura again earlier this year in February, where she would make this tweet saying, I spoke on lolicons years ago, and they tried to censor me and threaten me for rightfully calling them creepy predators. And she's like reminiscing on some of her old videos from years past back in 2020. And she would also release this absolute banger, award-winning tweet right here to accompany her breakdown in February, saying, you know, Lolicon Pedo Hive are about to swarm whatever conversation it is whenever someone whips out this image. Yes, she created the head count of consents. Apparently, if your head stacked up to a certain point, that determines whether or not you are a child or not. And yeah, like literally we're at the like, she's 6.5 heads tall, you sick freak. Like, as you can see, ridiculous. People would use her own scale against her. And yeah, according to her own scale, she would also be a child. That backfired really badly. But in my video covering this, there was a particular section that got a lot of attention, and it was not a very good look for Brittany Venti. You can see here this person responded with a clip saying, Lolicon aren't predator, but you seem like a predator when you flirt with an underage boy. And this is the clip that they're referring to.
Hello! Yo, what's up?
Sorry, I was just adjusting my Miss Father collar after you said that you were a child. Okay, so what did you come here to get rubbed? I mean, confess today. Hello, my child. My very cute child.
I'm triggered.
You like that anime? I have a lot of anime back in my house. Not at God's house, but at my house.
Oh.
Yeah, God created anime. So I don't believe that children can sin, but would you like to confess your sins anyway? My child, don't be afraid of God. He's here for you. But not when I'm done with you.
So while Brittany Venti is yeah, that one's not a very good look. I know that people would say she's doing a bit there, but at the very least, can we agree that it's hypocritical for her to call people like Ironmouse and Gawr Gura predator baiters, and then she goes on her own content and makes those sexual remarks and gestures to what she knows is a real-life child on the other end of that call? Can we at least agree that's a bit hypocritical for her to be in that situation? But yeah, that is that clip didn't go over well. She reacted to pretty much every video response ever made to her, but she never got around to this one. I think it's because of that clip. It's kind of a hard one to explain. But anyways, that's the trip down memory lane. And I guess the final send-off for Brittany Venti. Will she actually stay away from content creation? I don't think so, personally. I think she's going to come back in a few months. Like I said, she's done stuff like this before. But hey, if her heart is in the right place and she has true intentions about going offline and having a more fulfilling life, then good, go for that. But she's not wrong when she says those type of videos that she unlisted are going to be in the way of that. Yeah, she was definitely right when she said that. And it appears that she has unlisted all of those infamous videos targeting Gawr Gura and Ironmouse. And at the end of the day, once again, Gawr Gura simply wins by doing nothing. That's going to do it for the video, guys. I hope you all enjoyed. As always, feel free to share your thoughts about today's topics in the comments section down below. And I'll see you guys next time.